Hi everyone, today we're going to be preparing Dumboy. Yes, and I am excited. Dumboy is made from cassava or yucca roots, and it's a national dish in Liberia, primarily in Grand Bassa County, and it's eaten throughout Liberia. Whenever I go home for vacation, Dumboy is the top on my list of dishes to eat. So I'm going to start the process with peeling the cassava or yucca. I also have a surprise for you later in the video. Also, Dumboy is eating primarily with pepper soup. Stay tuned, I do have a video on how to make hot Liberian pepper soup because you will need that for your Dumboy. So let's get started. I'm going to cut the cassava from the edges. You do need a strong knife. For those of you potato lovers out there, you would love yucca or cassava if you haven't eaten it before. The texture is a little harder than a potato, but it is really nice and delicious. Cassava can be eaten with other things, for example, fish gravy, cod fish gravy. There's different things you can eat cassava with. So we're gonna start the peeling process. And this is taking off the shelling part of the cassava root. Easy. Almost done peeling the cassava. And once I'm done, I'm gonna wash them. You can cut the cassava in half if you want to, but I'm gonna keep mine in whole pieces. Half meaning all this cut in half, but meaning another half. Did give it a good wash. And I'm going to put it in the pot to begin the boiling process. This should take around 25 to 30 minutes, depending on the texture of the cassava. Some cassava take longer to boil than others. But again, I'll continue checking on it. My water in here. I'm going to use 4 quarts of water. And if you have the pots with the measurements in the interior of the pot, that is very helpful. It helps me a lot. Boiling time. I'm going to set the stove on high. And again, I said 25 to 30 minutes. I will check on it. Cassava, to make sure it's ready. If your fork can go through it, yeah, it's ready. I did pour out the water from the cassava and I'm emptying it in a pan to cool off. Remember I told you I had a surprise. This is a mortar. And this is a pencil, and believe it or not, it is in the United States. A couple of years ago, when goods could be exported from Liberia, my mom had this shipped to me, bless her heart, and it has been useful over the years. And I will attempt to beat it. I've done it 3 times. but I always need help because it is a strenuous process. So I'm going to start with cutting the cassava or the yucca. And I'm going to cut it into little pieces. And some of them will have these like stems in the middle. Make sure to move them. And I will have in the description area on the channel where you can purchase cassava or yucca. They're very popular in the States. You can find it in almost every supermarket. The mortar will be a different story, but there are options. And I will provide those options to you. It's time for beating the Dumboy. I'm going to divide the cassava into like half. I'm only going to put half in the mortar for now. I'm beating it in my garage because I do not want my floor or foundation in the house to be destroyed. At some point, I will be putting the pestle in this little bowl of water to help for the Dumboy not to stick on the mortar. I'm gonna stand up to begin the process. At some point, I will be sitting down because it's a very strenuous process. And if I need help down the road, I'm gonna get help. It should take like around 15 minutes or so for the beating process. It's gonna turn into something like a dough. And let's see how it goes. Pray for me. It is almost ready. And guess what? I did not require any help. But I'm not going to be beating the second batch because I am tired. Okay, it's ready. I'm going to move the Dumboy from on the pestle. It's kind of sticky. That's just the texture of it. Gonna also move it from the sides of the mortar because it's time to dish it out. put a little water so it doesn't stick to the pan. Great job. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back after I clean my hands, of course. And I'm gonna shape this into like a round looking shape because I'm gonna be having some with some Liberian pepper soup. Like I mentioned, the second batch, I am exhausted. The second batch, I'm gonna get help on the second batch. The Dumboy is ready and I will be eating it with some hot Liberian pepper soup. The soup is ready. Yummy. I have various ingredients with the hot pepper soup. There's fish, crawfish, shrimp, meat skin, coffee. I have some okra, I have benesi, bitter ball, just name it. Very tasty. I wish you were here with me to join me. Please subscribe to my channel. It is free. Click on like. I would love to hear from you, so please comment. Helpful ones I greatly appreciate it. Share with family and friends and hit the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop my next video. Without further ado, thanks and let's get cooking.